I'm absolutely delighted now to be joined by the APS's Executive Officer, Kate Kirby. Kate, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you. A great conference, isn't it?
Oh, it's fabulous. We really love being here in Denver. It's attracted almost 10,000 physicists, and we're very pleased to be here.
I wonder what you call 10,000 physicists. Anyway, let's talk about the strategic plan. If you just take us back a year or so, what's the thinking behind the strategic plan?
Well, it's to really offer a roadmap to the future. And so we came up with 4 goals. They're very broad, to better serve the members, to better serve the physics community, to better serve society, and also to increase our organizational excellence. And the plan was relatively short, and the idea is that implementation will take place over the next 4 or 5 years, and fueled by recommendations from our members.
So how are you going about the implementation?
So we've formed some task groups. A lot of our initial focus is driven by our demographics, and we look at our demographics and we're not very diverse. So we get a number of students in our organization. About 27% of our members are students, but then most of our students, after they get a PhD, they go on and work in the private sector. And the APS is largely an academic organization, and at that point, when they go off into the private sector in industrial physics, we lose them. And we really want to be engaging them better. So we appointed an early career physicist task force, and to really make some recommendations about how we could better engage and serve this cohort.
How about minorities? How do you represent and encourage minorities?
Well, that's another very big priority for the society, making us as the APS and also the physics community much more diverse and inclusive. And so we have the APS Bridge program. I think Ted Hodap has already spoken about that earlier. But we also, I've appointed an internal working group on diversity that is of staff members to really complement our committees of the membership that are concerned with diversity issues, and that's our Committee on Minorities and our Committee on the Status of Women in Physics. And our internal working group is really to help look at the demographics of our prizes and awards, for instance, our unit leadership and governance, and how we're doing in terms of really exhibiting the diversity that we have within the society. And I think that's very important to attracting a more diverse population.
So how do members get involved with all this?
We have a task force on early career physicists, as I said. We also try to very much keep in touch with our committees and make sure that the committees know how they can align with the strategic plan and give us input. And we're actually going to also have a big town hall meeting at 11:30 today, in which an issue called corporate reform that Mac Beasley talked about yesterday is going to be presented broadly by Beasley, and then of course there'll be questions and answers, and we're really trying to get out to the member community, but communication is always a challenge. We need to be doing better.
One of the other issues that you have is that diversity as well, diversity in terms of interest. There's so many different people studying and working in so many different fields. How do you make sure that you cater to your members in that way?
That's a really good question. I think that the fact that we encourage our members to be members of divisions which concentrate in particular areas of physics, as well as our topical groups that allow for recognition of some emerging areas in physics. And to be members of these interest groups, I think, makes our members feel very much more a part of the society. Because we're big, and you want them to feel that they fit in.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us today. I know this is a very busy week for you, so thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Delighted to do it.